How's it going, everybody? This is Rob Novakast back with another review for you guys. And this one was kind of a random one, but I will say it's probably one of my favorite films. So this is the Da Vinci Code, or at least me talking about the Da Vinci Code. It was directed by Ron Howard, written by Akiva Goldsman and Dan Brown, who I believe was the person who wrote the novel. Those in the comments, correct me if I'm wrong. It stars people like Tom Hanks, Andre Tateau, hopefully I said that correctly, Jean Reno, and a variety of other people. Actually, to add, Ian McKellen, who plays Gandalf. This film, above all, is probably one of the most interesting films I've ever seen, especially with it to an extent being kind of like a murder mystery, but at the same time like really like vast when it comes to the story that it's trying to tell. Trying not to go into too much of the film. Anyways, you have a professor who is fluent in a variety of different symbolism in, or at least over the years, who is basically framed for a person's murder, and it's up to him to uncover why he's being framed and the thicker plot in the scenario of what's happening. And in sense, what they discover may shake the foundation of the Christian belief in of itself. Now, from what I've heard, apparently, like from these books, apparently there was some drama, or at least some backlash in the Christian community, which, seeing the film, I can understand why, but it's no Noah's Ark. But I hate to do that, but that's a topic for another day. But okay. For a lot of the characters that we see, or at least the few that we follow, Tom Hanks' character, who he plays as the professor, is really interesting, especially with how he goes over the different symbolism in culture, which I thought was really, really cool. The setup for, I guess, the different factions that we follow is interesting, to say the least. Some of the music used is really good, and I noticed too with at least when it comes down to like any CGI for this film, they used it in a way where it was, I guess, to show the past, like either like the past bleeding into the present, which I thought was really cool. There's this one scene in the film where they're kind of giving a history lesson. I think that's the best way I could put it. A history lesson on a particular individual in history. And they show a significant building and basically bleeding the past and present version of that building. And, or if anything, like events. Above all, this was fun, to say the least. And I will say, even though this is not a animated film, I will say I enjoy this, especially when it comes to it being somewhat of a murder mystery type deal, especially with everything that goes on in this film. Like I said before, I've never read the books. I actually have a copy of one of the books, and I still need to read it. But all in all, this was intriguing, to say the least. I really enjoyed this, especially like near the very end when everything, like the biggest conclusion of it all, like pops up. I will say that was probably one of my favorite moments, and interesting, to say the least. I know I said interesting a lot. I'm trying to come up with the best words to mention or say describing this film. So for those who have not watched it, I'm sure like almost everybody has seen this film, go check it out. It is the Da Vinci Code. Last place I checked was Netflix, which is one place you could probably go find it, as well as the sequel, which is Angels and Demons, which is something I'm planning on reviewing. So hopefully you guys enjoyed my quick talks on the movie itself. If you have anything you would like to add, leave in the comments down below. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you guys want to follow us on social media, links are in the description down below, as well as check out our daily content and the weekly podcast. With that being said, this is Rob Novakast signing off. Have a good one, and take care. Peace.